I wanted to take this rare opportunity to say hello to you and to thank you earnestly for buying Lowing High School, which is here, of which I'm very proud. And again, thank you for buying it. We had higher hopes, everything looked great for a higher chart position, but as usual, not to be. But never mind, the music exists and I'm really proud of it. And hopefully in the future, maybe next year, the year after, I don't know, it will be reviewed properly by people. Also, as you know, we released Jackie's Only Happy when she's up on the stage a couple of weeks ago. It's received no airplay, just one by Jonathan, which was very nice. Otherwise, nobody will play it. And I suspect it's because of the hateful press I've received over the last 3 weeks in Britain by the usual outlets, mainly The Guardian and so forth, but the usual haters are very determined. And so in many ways they do succeed because there's a lot of them. And everything that they said goes back to a recent interview I regrettably gave with Der Spiegel in Germany, the newspaper. When it emerged in print, after a very pleasant conversation, it emerged in print, and suddenly I was sympathising with sexual harassment. I was apparently sympathising with paedophilia. I was sympathising with rape. I was sympathising with everything that would persuade anybody on the planet to stop listening to me. Of course, none of those assumptions were true. I do not support anything like that. You can hear it even in the tone of my voice. However, this is the world we now live in with the print media. It seems to me that in the first place they get very angry or very excited if you start to say something that people are listening to or that reflect the will of the people. They get very nervous, they won't allow it, they shut it down, and so forth. But also it seems to me that in England at the moment, the right wing has adopted a left-wing stance, and the left wing has adopted a right-wing stance. So everybody is confused, and nobody seems to know what people mean. This shuts down free speech, this shuts down any open debate about anything, and consequently we're all in a mess, and we don't know where we stand. So I feel that the campaign for Lowing High School and for the surrounding singles was derailed and damaged purposely by the haters. They're not listening to the music, they're not listening to anything really. They see my name and they just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And as I said, in many ways they do succeed. There's not really that much you can do about it. You have to live with it and you have to try to carry on and be as positive as you can. Thankfully, I have a very strong audience, and I have for 35 years, which seems to count for absolutely nothing. But nonetheless, I'm still here, and I must tell everybody in the United States that recently we had a fantastic tour in America, especially the nights in Washington, San Francisco, Salt Lake City, Chicago, Denver, Phoenix. They were the best concerts of our lives, and we're really grateful. As a further result of Der Spiegel, I was cross-examined by the American Secret Service, who are very, very nice, and I do understand their position. So that went very, very well, and they assured me that they had no cause for concern. But it was a direct result of Der Spiegel that I was cross-examined, which was very, very sad. So, congratulations, Der Spiegel. You achieved everything that you set out to do. Whether again I'm allowed free access to America, I really don't know. I have to wait and see if I can enter the country again. But we never know. If I can't, I have to say very sincere thanks to everybody who supported me in the US. On 1 week, Los Angeles announces Morrissey Day, and then a week later I'm being cross-examined by the Secret Service. So that's a perfect reflection of how the entire world is now. People just nobody has any answers. Everybody's very, very frightened about everything. So by being frightened about everything, you simply target people willy-nilly about whom you know nothing, and you write things about people whom you've never met, and you denigrate them and destroy them, because there's a certain blame and shame culture that has arisen where all of us are destroyed constantly, no matter what we do, and it doesn't really matter what we do and what we say. Occasionally it becomes hard to live with, certainly on issues of paedophilia, sexual harassment, rape. I think critics consider all the things that are important to your audience, and therefore they consider all the things that would turn your audience against you, and that is what they accuse you of in order to make your audience angry with you, because they know there's no other way, especially when you've been around as long as I have. And I've been assassinated many, many times. However, I'm still here. What happens next year, I really don't know. I don't know where this will go to. But in a way, it doesn't matter, because I simply want to thank you. As the year closes now, I would like to remember all the kids of Manchester who were murdered on May 22nd of this year. They are largely forgotten, because most terrorist activities are immediately forgotten, I find. So I would like to remember them. I'd like to let their spirit know that they are remembered by at least me, if not many other people. And I would also like to thank such as Jules Holland, Graham Norton, BBC Six, who gave me a chance to sing this year on television. It was great. Did I appear anywhere else? I can't remember, but that was very nice of them. So again, thank you, and whatever will be in 2018 will be. And I would finally ask that you please don't believe what other people say about me, but believe whatever you think when you see me and you hear me, because it's quite a different thing. So that's all I ask of you. And I wish you a Christmas free of terrorism. And these days, that's all we can ask for. Be safe.